Because you've got to think about draft picks here.
Yeah, I think at the moment, St Kilda have the easier draw to come home. I think St Kilda end up finishing in front of Adelaide.
Yep.
And that's really the only one. I think everything else is too far. Richmond, North Melbourne aren't going to catch Adelaide. So I think that's the one. So I think in that way you just keep going. I just think St Kilda play West Coast this week. They've got an easier draw than Adelaide. So I'd be surprised if they didn't finish in front of Adelaide.
All right, let's take a quick look at a couple of results. The Geelong getting up over Collingwood in a little bit of a surprise, but not in the end, because Collingwood look like they've lost a little bit of their mojo or their want, will and desire.
I think their injuries have caught up. They've had a huge run. Like, they probably lack key forwards, and so McStay's obviously does the knee at the knee reco. They rely a lot on Brody Myercheck, and he's had a horrific year for injury. Mm-hmm. And so I think in that way they played a bit of the old Richmond style and just move it on and play chaos ball, and it worked for a fair while. And they did have stages in that game where they controlled but didn't hurt Geelong on the scoreboard.
Yep. Hawthorn getting up by 13 points over the Dockers. We talked about it being an 8-point game and Freo really needed to consolidate, but no one wants to jump into the top 8 at the moment.
Fine line there. Amos misses. They've hit the front. Amos misses, kicks that. They're 2 goals up late. That probably would have been enough. Yes. Andrew H. did head home from Nord, went home, watched that, and came back to Nord. Yeah, he was a bit down when he got back. Yes.
Yep. Fair enough. And Hawthorn are probably the best ranked 13th or 14th side, 13th side in AFL history or AFL VFL history. They're a bit unlucky not to be in the top 8, really, winning, 6 out of their last 8 games or 5 out of their last 7 games?
And they should have beaten Port here. If they beat Port here, then they were still right in it. That was the game there where they lost. Port didn't, Port grabbed a win from the jaws of victory. So it was well done by Port, don't get me wrong there, but Hawthorn stuffed that up.
Craig, you would have been a bit worried with Hawthorn's form that day?
Actually, I'll be honest. Even when we kicked the goal with 40 seconds or 30 seconds to go, I was actually texting someone to go, "What a lost opportunity!" So